All right, it's Glow here. Welcome back to Glow Picks. We're here to give you the best picks of the day. Our 7-game slate. We have a 7-game slate here in the MLB on June 2nd. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to give you a full slate of weekly videos last week. My mistake. Sorry about that. A lot of strenuous things had come up over the past week, and life is about rolling with the punches, and I apologize to y'all again. I will do my best to put out content daily and to make sure I get y'all the best picks and the best knowledge of the day. So today we're going to start out with a moneyline parlay. Ooh, moneyline parlay. This is my first moneyline parlay of the year, season for me and for y'all. So what we're going to work with today is going to be, we're going to start off with the Padres moneyline, Boston moneyline, Boston Red Sox to be exact, Rockies, and we're going to go with the Tigers. Now, these four teams, 7-game slate. Okay, Glow. Why the Rockies? Now the Rockies, they are 9-49. They're about to be. Hopefully they go 10-49 tonight. They're facing the Marlins, and the Marlins have Max Meyer that's going on the bump. And Max Meyer, honestly, he's a Jacqueline Hyde. I'll be completely honest with you. We don't know what Max Myers does. We don't know what he does on his off time there in Miami. He could be having a ball and just get to the ballpark, and it's just like, you know what? We're just gonna can this day. We're gonna sandbag it. Some days he's like, you know what? Hey, I want to throw a damn near no hitter. Yeah, we don't know Max Meyer. He's very consistent. I like the Rockies today. For that reason, Max Meyer, he doesn't really do well against bad teams. Earlier this year, he faced the White Sox, and the White Sox lit him up. They're facing the Rockies. The Rockies and the White Sox are kind of in the same ballpark. White Sox are doing a little bit better, but I'm going to trust the Rockies today on the bump. And also another tidbit for the Rockies, German Marquez, their pitcher. He's actually pitching lights out. He's done great the last two starts. Usually when a pitcher is starting to go lights out, that means they're going on a really good streak. I see him to do well today against the Miami Marlins. Padres. Now, the reason why I like the Padres today is because they're going up against Logan Webb and the San Francisco Giants. I was about to say 49ers. Think about football. Oh, I wish when football comes back. But they're going up against the Giants, and they're going up against Logan Webb. And right now, the batters in the Padres lineup, they have Logan Webb's number. Luis Arias, 5 for 7. Jackson Merrill, 5 for 7. Machado hitting over 300. Bogarts hitting over 300 lifetime against Logan Webb. So a lot of good stats. Logan Webb is at home tonight, so that always gives them, that added little oomph. But they are coming back off of a road skid in Miami. So this is their first game. Literally, they played last night in Miami. They're coming tonight in San Francisco. That's a long trip. You can only imagine how a team feels. They might feel a little, sorry about that. Ooh, cat's going crazy. They might feel a little, just a little groggy, fatigued. And I feel like this is a great spot for the Padres to just jump on them. And also tidbit for this Padres money line pick. Now, if you don't like the Padres, but you kind of like the Giants, or you're just in between, another safe bet, I honestly feel like an over in this game. It's either going to be anywhere from 8.5 to 9 over. Going out on the bump for the Padres is Stephen Kolek. Kolek, kind of what I was saying about German Marquez on the Colorado Rockies. Kolek on the Padres tonight, he's given up at least 2.5 runs in the past 3 games. So he's going on a more of a negative skid for the Padres. So there is a chance he is liable to get dinged up tonight. So with that being said, I sincerely think the Padres are going to come out. They're going to win this game. That's why I'm taking them on the money line. But if you don't like it and you may or may not, think, hey, Logan Webb, the history doesn't matter. He's going to bounce back tonight at home. Go for the over. I genuinely think the over is going to happen tonight, while I do believe the Padres are going to get that money line. Third pick, Tigers. Now, the Tigers are facing the White Sox. Jack Flaherty on the bump, and I feel like Jack Flaherty, he's been pretty mediocre at the beginning of the season. He's an ace. He helped the Los Angeles Dodgers win a World Series last year against my beloved Yankees. that hurt. But we knew going up against him, he wasn't going to give any easy pitches. He's going to go and fight on the mound and try and win every inning. So with that being said, the Detroit Tigers, they're facing the Chicago White Sox. White Sox, I believe they're definitely under 500, but I don't even think they've grossed over 16 wins. So with that being said, and also the bats that are going out tonight for the Tigers, they do well against the White Sox pitcher, James Cannon. Now you would think with a name like that, he'd be an ace. Unfortunately, he's not. And the Tigers have his number, Gleyber Torres, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith, a plethora of guys. They got his number. And they just pitch well. And unfortunately, I don't think the Chicago White Sox have a good bullpen for that being said. So even when James Cannon goes out, their bullpen comes in, they're definitely liable to give up hits and some runs. So for my third best pick, it's going to be, or just the third pick of this money line parlay, it's going to be the Tigers. Now, last but not least, probably the shakiest pick of the day besides that Padres pick, it's going to be the Boston Red Sox. Now, I like Boston on the money line. I'm taking Boston outright. I'm kind of going off of a whim. I believe they got swept, or they just did really bad in that Atlanta Braves series. And I feel like it's a bounce back spot for the Boston Red Sox tonight. They're facing the Angels. Angels are they've been okay during the month of May. It's a new month, and I sincerely don't think the Angels are going to bring it in Fenway tonight. I think the Boston Bats are going to rally behind the Boston fans and give them something to cheer about tonight. I know Tyler Anderson, he's on the bump for the Angels tonight, and he's their ace. Now, Tyler Anderson, he's definitely liable to give up hits, and sometimes he can get a shutout performance. Now, with that being said, I think he may or may not give up some runs, get some strikeouts, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the Angels to get the win tonight. I think the Boston Red Sox are going to win tonight, and they're going to solidify this money line parlay of the Padres, Red Sox, Tigers, and Rockies. Now, you might think, hey, that Rockies pick is kind of shaky, Glow. Like, what the hell? Hey, I'm telling you, I'm fading Max Meyer. I'm going all for it. This is my money line parlay. Thank you. Glow's best bets of the day. Also, I do want to say I don't really know how to do this yet, or just say, hey, everybody loves everything that's free. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. All those things are free. They help the algorithm, and we genuinely appreciate it. It takes me doing this with this to me doing this with a computer with a better setup. It means a lot, and we really appreciate it. Thank you again, the Glow fans. Glow Bets, trying to come to you every day while we can, when we can, and genuinely appreciate it. God bless, Godspeed, and you have a great day. Oh, hey, whoa. Y'all are still here. Okay, I understand. Y'all probably just didn't want moneyline parlays, and I 100% understand. That's why I'm giving you the second half of this Glow Bets, and we're going to give you some player props. We're going to keep it simple. It's a light slate, 7-game slate, so you can, if you want, put it all in a parlay, but that's up to you, buddy. You prize picks, you sleepers players, you DraftKings, all of those lovely apps that y'all use. So let me give y'all some player props that I like. There's gonna be 6 of them, and I hope you don't use them all. Kaboom! Right here. So let me explain. We're gonna go off number 1 right here. Shohei Ohtani over 2.5 HRRs. So the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to be facing the New York Mets. Mets came in off a 3-0 sweep of the Colorado Rockies. Rockies aren't really that good. So, But, Dodgers won the series against the Yankees 2-1. They lulled last night. They lost 7-3. Nothing too bad. But they're facing the Mets. And I like Shohei for over 2.5 HRRs because he's going up against Blackburn tonight. Blackburn is going to be pitching for the Mets tonight. and it's going to be his season debut. Usually when a pitcher is either having a season debut, it's either going to be lights out or he's going to be terrible. There's no if, ands, or buts. He's going to be either Cy Young Award winner or he's going to be AAA basics. So, I think Shohei's had great history off of Blackburn. He's went 4 for 9 off of Blackburn lifetime with a home run. So I think he can definitely get on base, get scored, get a hit, get a home run possibly. So I think 2.5 HRRs is going to be golden for him. My next pick is going to be Jesus Sanchez of the Miami Marlins. I know the Miami Marlins going up against the Colorado Rockies. Now, I have the Rockies in the money line parlay, and you're like, Glow, what are you doing? You chose the Rockies. Why not pick a player from the Rockies? Well, German Marquez, like I said, he's starting to pitch lights out, but there's one player that I think can get his number. That's going to be Jesus Sanchez. Jesus Sanchez, lifetime, has gone 1 for 3 with a home run off of him. So he's gotten a hit, he's gotten a run, and he's gotten that RBI. I guarantee or believe he can do that again. I don't want to make guarantees. Let me take that back. Knock on wood. We want it to happen, but will it happen? Who knows? Jesus Sanchez over 1.5 HRRs. My next best bet is going to be Jackson Merrill of the San Diego Padres over 1.5 HRRs. Jackson Merrill, he's a young phenom for the Padres. He's doing amazing things out in the outfield, killing it. He's one of those, lifelines in the middle of that batting order. So I think he's just going to keep doing what he's doing with, 1.5 HRRs, doing his flipping thing. Like, he's going to be a future MVP candidate. I see it happening. Jackson Merrill, 1.5 HRRs. My next best bet, Elly De La Cruz, over 1.5 HRRs. Elly De La Cruz is hot right now. He had a home run yesterday. I think he's just going to continue of the median. 1.5 HRRs for batters that are hot, big names like a Judge or even a Shohei. That 1.5 HRR line is the basic. Like, either you can get walked, get brought in, get those runs, get an RBI, get a sac fly, or the basic, get a hit. I think Elly De La Cruz is going to get that hit / either run or RBI tonight. So, Elly De La Cruz over 1.5 HRRs. My next best bet, Gleyber Torres, 1.5 HRRs. They're going up against those White Sox. Yeah, those terrible White Sox, unfortunately. I wish the franchise would be a little bit better. It's an amazing color scheme. Scheme. It's an amazing color scheme with the black and white. I wish that team was just way better. I personally like I said, those color schemes. I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, to be exact. I'm a Knicks fan. They didn't do so well in the playoffs, but they have the Brooklyn Nets, black and white. It's easy to get behind. I wish the White Sox were better. I'm not even a White Sox fan, and I wish they were better. But Gleyber Torres going up against James Cannon. I think Gleyber Torres can definitely get 1.5 HRRs against Gleyber. I said against Gleyber. Gleyber against Gleyber. Against James Cannon. And last but not least, Willy Adames taking on the San Diego Padres at home for the San Francisco Giants. Now, Willy Adames, 1.5 HRRs, kind of like one of those median stats that if they're having a decent night or being, contributing to the team winning, Willy Adames is definitely going to need to get those 1.5 HRRs against Stephen Kolak. And like I said, in the Moneyline Parlay, Kolak, I know he might be the Padres' kryptonite. I know I'm going back and forth, Jesus Sanchez and now Willy Adames. Like, Glow, what are you doing? Crazy thing happens in baseball. They can go into extra innings and Padres can win. Same thing for the Rockies. But on the contrarian side, on the other sides, for Willy Adames, 1.5 HRs, I think he's definitely going to get Stephen Kolek's number because everybody's been getting Stephen Kolek's number, unfortunately. But these are my parlays, my 6 best bets, player props of the day, best Glow bets. And like I said prior, leave a like, subscribe, comment. It helps. We genuinely appreciate it. And, just thank you for watching. Thank you for doing anything. You can take these plays. If you don't like them, fade them. If you don't want to go over, go under, and I hope it cashes your parlay. I genuinely feel confident in everything here, but if you want to fade me, do it. You know, knowledge is knowledge. YouTubers, they're gonna put it out for a reason. I'm putting it out for a reason. I believe in all these picks, but like I said, if you don't, fade it. I hope you win your parlays, and if you do, ride with me. I hope we win our parlay. Am I gonna put all this in a parlay? Yes. I'm a degenerate. You know, I'm a parlay pirate. I love to parlay and be a pirate. Pirate parlays. One of my other YouTube friendly guys. You know, I love to parlay and I love to win. So I hope this wins for y'all. Thank you again. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you don't. Right here.